Well, hello, this is Jeff Gaudiosi, and you're on MisplacedStraws.com, where music comes to life. And my guest today, he has been here a time or two. We always love having him. His band Black Swan is about to release their third record called Paralyzed on February 27th. And it's another great record from this band. I can't wait to talk about it. And here to go through it all, Mr. Robin McAuley. Welcome back, Robin.
Good morning, Jeff. Thank you for having me. Hello, Misplaced Straws.
It is always a pleasure. And now it's been 4 years, believe it or not, since Generation Mind was released. Doesn't seem that long, but
Right.
was it a scheduling thing with you guys just trying to get all the time together that led to the delay?
Always, always. So much foreigner stuff going on. So much of the end times for the winger shows, and I had my third solo record in the middle of all that too, Soulbound. Um, so now three solos, three Black Swans. It's six records in sort of that kind of
Yeah.
a space. Um, but things get moved around, and I know that the label Frontiers, they made a change. We have a
Mhm.
new A&R guy, and he's takes care of all of the mixing, the production, Aldo Lenobile. That came into play, scheduling there, and I think when you're poor Aldo, when you're in his shoes and you get the kitchen sink and everybody else's sink thrown at you, and there's a deadline which is usually tomorrow.
Mhm.
It's very hard to get it all done.
Mhm.
But we did. We got it done, and here we are.
Mhm. And it's another great record. And what I love most about this band is, yes, it's heavy melodic rock, which all of you guys excel in, but Black Swan does not sound like anything that any of you guys do outside of it. Is what is it about when you guys get together that allows you to step kind of out, not quite outside your comfort zone, but just into a different zone?
I'm glad you said that. Well, you know everybody's background, but then you put different elements together.
Mhm.
You're going to get something different. I'm never going to be writing like Kip Winger, for example,
Mhm.
or David Coverdale. It's not talking,
Yeah.
but it's all the elements of, and so it's a new garden full of new veggies. And yeah, we're happy with it. The songwriting is it's definitely progressed from the first Shake the World into
Mhm.
Generation Mind into now into Paralyzed, and we found our niche. I think we sound like a band. Everybody knows how the whole
Mhm.
project
Mhm.
came together. Um, but it sounds like a band, and we don't. I think fair to say we don't just let's just do whatever.
Yeah.
We don't just come up with a bunch of ideas and go, yeah, that's fine. That'll do.
Mhm.
That'll do. As long as we got 10, 12 songs, we're fine.
Mhm.
It's not like that. We put it together. We make sure every song gets all of the attention that it needs to, and we dig in and get the best out of it. And I think gloating a little bit, but it sounds like that's what we do.
Mhm.
We're happy with it.
And also, Jeff, not only he and Reb write the music, but Jeff's also the producer on it.
Yes.
And does that help in terms of you guys are together when you do this? He's in the room with you as producer. It's not just sending tapes back and forth. Does that help at all having, someone in the band that involved?
But for sure. I
Mm.
mean, considering that Jeff never wanted to play bass to begin with Black Swan, he just wanted to follow the direction from the label and find a bunch of guys. I mean, he knew Rab, he knew me, um, but we'd never worked together collectively. Didn't want to play bass, wanted to be,
Mm.
take a step back and just produce, maybe
Mm.
songwrite. But we insisted that, you're going to be in this, you're going to play bass because that's what we wanted. Um, and regarding the songwriting, that hasn't changed. Reb's in Pittsburgh. He comes into LA. I live pretty close to Jeff,
Mm.
and they spend a couple of weeks woodshedding, and they come up with the first batch of songs. Reb takes off to do Reb does.
Mhm.
And then it lands on my desk. I spend a lot of time with it, coming up with melodies, storylines, lyrics. I demo everything, and I'll shoot it back to both of them. I'm going, this is what I have for this song. This is what it's called.
Mhm.
What do you think? Reb will go, you're singing a major over a minor chord there. Did you know that, dude? And those kind of things, and goes, oh, I love that melody, but hit that note instead of this
Yeah.
note because that could go better. And Jeff's the same. He goes, I like this line better than this line, and
Mhm.
so it's all in all the time. I come to Jeff when he's ready and he's home,
Mhm.
and it's usually I only have 3 days. Let's see what we can bang
Mhm.
out in 3 days,
Mhm.
and we will do a 10-minute production in the room, in the control
Yeah.
room, and I'll go to the mic and we'll do it from there. But we all hear what's going to happen before that. We just
Mhm.
have to get in there. And sometimes on the fly, we'll go, ah, that was always bugging me. Let's do this
Mhm.
instead. So it's great having Jeff there. We have a great relationship with each other. And then we don't see each other at all until we shoot videos. By which point it's usually too late to change anything else. Um, but we're pretty particular about everything that goes down
Mhm.
and what comes out at the other end and how it sounds. And we don't really discuss it that much,
Mhm.
Jeff. We have one conversation that, yeah, of course this is what it's going to sound
Yeah.
like. Of course it has to sound like
Mhm.
that. But it's not discussed.
Mhm.
It's just we intuitively just know, and something come down the pike and we go, and it's just a look and we go,
Yeah.
no. And
Mhm.
so we have that great um place amongst each other that
Mhm.
that we know what we want to hear,
Mhm.
and it's never a discussion. It's not like I want this
Yeah.
and he goes, I want that. It's not like that at all,
Mhm.
and if I can go further, um Jeff and Reb and myself will usually finish everything,
Mhm.
and it's all totally ass backwards. Then the drummer gets it. Drummer's not down there first. The drummer gets it last. I mean, unheard of
Yeah.
most of the time.
Yeah.
And Matt actually says he loves it.
Mhm.
He loves it because now it's on his desk. And he goes, I now actually have a chance to really listen to the format.
Mhm.
And I can find all the places where I'm not in a room and we're just banging it out, and you want to put it down and it goes down.
Mhm.
And he goes, this way I can hear it. And Matt has always said he loves playing off vocals and he loves playing off
Yeah.
the melody and he loves adding. And I say I love the thunder that Matt Starr brings to the band. I
Mhm.
think it's you can't tell that
Yeah.
we're not all in there at the same time
Mhm.
because that's kind of how we work together.
And you and I have talked a lot over the years about your lyrics. I personally, I love your lyrics. I think you are a great lyric writer. And the Black Swan records, I mean, again, you just had a solo record out last year and you have the Black Swan record out now, and they're very different. Just the topics, the stories. Do you kind of keep the notebook and say, this is something I feel would go really good on the next Black Swan record, or is it just what comes to you when you hear the music?
It's exactly what happens. I wish I had a notebook.
Mhm.
I wish I had I'll use that.
Yeah.
There's,
Yeah.
there's no,
Yeah.
I might repeat myself
Mhm.
sometimes because I go, that sounds good with that. And then so we go, you're saying that in the last song with a
Mhm.
different record. And I'm
Yeah.
going, oh, I did. So I don't keep notes,
Yeah.
Jeff. I I wait till I hear the music. I wait till I hear it. And I think, and I don't know why this is,
Mhm.
but I think when we write the Black Swan music, I think it's quintessentially Black Swan. It
Yeah.
sounds like it's Black Swan.
Mhm.
I don't know how we do that, but it just does because it doesn't sound like Winger.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like Dawkins, although people
Mhm.
go, well, that riff is kind of like
Yeah.
it. Somebody said to me earlier, this track and this track kind of reminds me of a Klaus Meine Scorpions. And this thing,
Mhm.
I don't think, let me see if I can sound like Klaus. We're
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
always like poking fun at each other and all
Mhm.
that sort of stuff. But um, I like to think it's us that's on there. I
Yeah.
like to think that it's real. I like to think
Mm,
it's not contrived. I think for an 80s bunch of
mhm,
guys, I think we managed to bring a freshness to it.
mhm,
I hope I'm right in saying that.
yeah.
And
Eh,
that's what we tried to do. And I think the production has a lot to do with that. We tried to give it a little modern touch, not the same old, same old. But we're big on melodies. We're big
yes.
on hook lines. We're
Mm,
big on all of that stuff.
mm,
So that's never going to go away. That's just what we love to do. And it
mm,
just,
mm.
yeah.
And you personally, just give me a chance to kind of, toot your own horn here a little. You sound great on this record. But I'm thinking,
I
a
love
song,
you, man.
yeah. One thing, a song like I'm Ready, and even what the future holds, it sees you really moving through a range. After just, all of these decades of singing, how do you keep your voice where it is? Because it really is an instrument in this band.
um, oh, thank you, first of all.
Mm,
Um, it's the only thing I've got. So I really do take great care of my voice.
mm,
Um, I I freak out at the least thing. If somebody around me has a cold or is
mm,
just coughing or sneezing, it just freaks me out. I'm like a complete, excuse my French, I'm a complete
mm,
pain in the ass when it comes to
mm.
that sort of stuff because then I can't work.
Yeah.
Then I can't work and it's not like picking up a pair of drumsticks or bass or a guitar. You can have a snotty nose and you can still go in there and you feel like crap, but you get the job done.
Mm,
There's nothing really to hinder you because you're plugging it in.
mm,
Voice is a completely different animal.
mm.
It's just, it's just going to, and it brings you down. It makes me, I'm the
Mm.
worst patient. My wife hates it. I'm sick, hates it.
Mm,
But I do probably what any other singer does. I have little stuff, these
mm,
things. I'm not promoting this because I
mm,
just happen to have it. I
mm.
use these
Yeah.
vocal mixtures, lots of hydration. That's
Mm,
kind of what I do. Um, I typically don't eat 4 hours before a session.
mm,
Um, I typically do very little talking until it's time to get in and the red
mm.
light's on and it's time to go. I keep it really very quiet. Um, that's just my regime.
Yeah.
It's how disciplined I am when it comes to that. Um, Very difficult when you're on the road and you're in a tour bus with a bunch of dudes, and everybody wants to talk, or
Mm,
somebody's going to get sick, or
mm,
they won't tell you they're sick
mm.
until the whole bus is down. That sort of stuff, dealing with all those kind of elements, it's a very boring job, in my opinion, being a singer. It's a really
Yeah.
awful job.
Yeah.
It's an awful job
Mm,
because it's like, mm,
mm.
you know. Um, so
Mm,
I still fly with a mask
mm.
too,
Yeah.
because you're in a tube and everybody's
Mm,
it's coming at you.
mm,
Um,
mm,
I don't use AC. I don't like the AC is
yeah.
really bad. Who wants to
Mm,
pump antifreeze
yeah.
into the throat? All of those little things. So lots of hydration.
Mm,
That's really what I do. I suppose I'm lucky. It seems
mm,
to. It doesn't always work. Sometimes
mm.
I'll walk up to the mic and go, "Huh?"
Yeah.
I've just been recording all week actually
Yeah.
on completely different kind of material. Something
Mm,
I'm always up to something else. So I've been recording all week. Um, but I have a blast doing it, and
yeah.
I know I'm going to do it. And because I know I'm going to do it, I take all of the
Mm,
necessary precautions so
mm,
that I'm recording today. This is what I have to do to make that happen,
yeah.
and that's what I do. I don't stay up the night before, not get any sleep, and hit the bottle. I mean,
Yeah.
that sounds like a lot of fun, but there you have it.
Yeah. Now, you guys, the band has played a couple of the Frontiers Rock festivals, I believe, but overall, you really haven't played live a whole
And the band
lot.
has actually never played. Band has I've played the Frontiers Rock
Yeah.
Festivals,
Well,
um, and I will go back to Naples on the 26th of February, which is the
mm,
day before the release,
yeah.
um, for the 30th. anniversary of the label.
Mm,
But there is something coming towards the end of the year, which is also a label celebration
mm,
that um, Black Swan might actually step up and play some shows.
mm.
And
Well, yeah, I was going to say, will there ever be time? Because now with three records, you have this huge catalog, so you don't have to do covers and all of that stuff. You
yeah,
have your own. The critics have loved it. Your fans have loved it. I mean, I can only imagine how great these songs would sound live.
yeah, I think it would sound great.
Mm,
Um, um, Wingers off the map for the most part.
mm,
Whitesnake's off the
yeah,
map. So Reb's doing other stuff, but we just have to tie him down, and
mm,
rehearsal is the thing.
yeah,
That's going to
yeah,
be the big fun factor in getting Black Swan up on stage playing live,
mm,
because we want it to sound like it does on the record,
yeah,
and we've all discussed that it's not something that we're going to go, let's get together and do a couple of tunes.
mm,
It's not going to be like that. We will rehearse it and we will do it and we'll do it right. And we're really looking forward to it, because when we shot the video for I Was King and Paralyzed,
mm,
we discussed it quite lengthy,
mm,
uh, and what rehearsals should look like. And Reb's funny. Reb goes, "What would we play?" And I'm going, well, we just like you said,
yeah,
we have three records now. You
yeah,
know, and the actual fact, we did. I was on the Monsters of Rock tour with MSG last year,
yeah.
and Winger was on there, and Reb comes up to me, goes, "Oh, dude, people are like in my ear going, well, there's two people from Black Swan here. Can we get a song out of you guys?" And he goes, "Well, if we did, what would we do?" And I went, "What do you mean if we did? You know damn well that we won't be doing it. Why are you even going down that rabbit hole?" And he goes, "No, no, you're right. You're right. You're right. We would have to. It wouldn't be right." So, um, yeah, we desperately would love to get out there and go, we can actually do this. You know. So fingers crossed, Black Swan will hit the stage in 2026.
Can't wait. And now you mentioned MSG. You did, pretty good sized tour with MSG over the past year or so. Mentioned your solo records. You've had three out. Actually, Soulbound was on my list of best records for last year. Definitely love that one.
Thank you.
Anything else coming up outside of Black Swan this year?
Um, so I will perform at the Frontiers Festival,
Mm,
um, solo artist.
mm,
Um, I will also be solo artist performing at Sweden Rock this year.
mm,
I just saw some stuff this morning coming in from the agency, trying to pack shows around that,
yeah. Mm,
which would be solo again. It's also
mm.
the 40th, got my teeth in, anniversary of Macaulay Schenker.
Yeah.
Uh, and the promoters are going ape. They're
Mm,
going, we need all the Macaulay Schenker songs in the. And when we go to see you play with Michael, there's never a Macaulay Schenker song in there.
yeah.
Um, and I said, well, it's not Macaulay Schenker, it's Michael Schenker. That's
Yeah.
what's on stage
Mm,
right now. So there's been a huge amount of requests for that. Last year, 25, I spent about a month in the UK,
mm,
solo project, but one of the stipulations from the promoters was that we would embed a bunch of Macaulay Schenker and
mm,
even Grand Prix from 40 years
yeah.
ago that had never been performed.
Mm,
So we did that. We played the UK, we played Spain, we played Germany, we
mm,
played
mm,
Sweden, and it was an absolute blast. And now they want more.
mm,
But later in the year, there will be more MSG stuff. We have
mm.
Japan on the cards already. Michael's still out doing his
Yeah.
UFO 50th anniversary, but that will round the corner, and then they'll be into the next phase, because there is a new MSG record, uh,
Mm,
"Sell Your Soul." I only have two tracks on there, but the record still needs to be promoted, and
yeah.
it's so that's kind of what's on the cards. Shows,
Yeah.
live shows. Yeah.
We got to get you on the stage here in the US, my friend.
Oh, I keep, people call, and I'm going, It's great that you ask.
Yeah.
If the promoters were asking, then we could really start to get some stuff together. But the agency is going to go down that road very
Yeah,
soon too.
good.
So yeah,
Well,
I'd
we've
love to
been
do.
spending some time here with Robin McAuley. The band is Black Swan. The record is called Paralyzed. It's out everywhere February 27th. It's such a great record. I mean, this band just keeps getting better as a band. And Robin, it's always a pleasure to have you on here. And
Thank you,
I'm
Jeff.
sure we'll be talking again soon.
Thank you, my friend, and I'll keep you posted when we get some dates.
You got it. Thank you.
Thanks, Jeff.
Bye.